What's up guys, Mickle here, and Ripple is making game-changing move after game-changing move. In this video, I want to talk about a brand new announcement that just came out of Ripple earlier today that I believe is cementing Ripple as the #1 institutional cryptocurrency player out there by miles. In this video, I want to talk about an announcement that went over almost everyone's head. Guys, make sure to stick around for that. You are not going to want to miss it. I also want to talk about a massive event taking place tomorrow that I believe is going to have huge implications on the future direction of the market. Guys, XRP is currently sitting at a major resistance. If this event goes the right way, it has the potential to help XRP break out. Make sure to stick around for that. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes the videos and to subscribe to my channel. These things really help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I want to spend a couple minutes to talk about a project I am very excited about, and one that I believe not enough people are paying attention to, and that is the XX network. Now guys, just to be candid with you, one of the main reasons I'm excited to cover this token specifically in this video is because it is actually being bridged to the XRP ledger. As we see the XRP ledger add more and more capabilities to the chain, and we've talked about this ad nauseum with EVM sidechains, automated market makers, we are going to see more projects looking to come to the XRP ledger to access that liquidity. One of the projects that I am most intrigued about is actually the XX network, and they just created a bridge to the XRP ledger. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself right now, but right now it's currently only a one-way bridge, meaning that you could only send the tokens one way, but we're going to talk about later in the video on exactly why that's actually creating a very interesting opportunity. Before we get into all of that though, let's quickly talk about what the XX network really is. And guys, at a high level, it's just the best blockchain for privacy. The XX network is the only quantum resistant blockchain out there, and it's really looking to be the future of how we move data anonymously on the internet. Now, in my opinion, this has immense potential in a lot of different ways we're going to talk about, but I want to start off and just hit on the quantum resistant part. One of the biggest issues blockchain is going to face in the future is quantum computers. Quantum computers have the ability to break encryption protocols that secure all our favorite blockchains, including the XRP ledger. The XX network is the first quantum resistant blockchain, and it is actually being used right now to securely move data from point A to point B in ways that is completely risk-free. Now, this has tremendous applications in places all over our economy, but just think how critical it could be to our daily lives, right? To move health records, to move things like social security numbers, to move bank statements. All of this stuff is highly susceptible on the internet today. How many times have we seen big companies selling your data, giving it away, hacks happening? I mean, it's happening constantly. The need to move data in a secure, fast fashion is increasing exponentially. Right now, so far as I know, the XX network is the best way to do that. And that's why I find this project so interesting. I don't see it as some massive competition for XRP at all. This is one of those niche use cases that I believe has the potential to really gain real world adoption. This is one of the few use cases in crypto where the blockchain is absolutely critical, and this project is solving real world problems. Now guys, the XX network doesn't stop at just securing data. We've actually seen them work with the Swiss National Bank to build a completely private CBDC. And I think this is so cool because this is one of the things that is completely slept on in the CBDC discussion. So many people talk about how these CBDCs are going to be used against us. So many people talk about how governments are going to use CBDCs to oppress us. But there is a clear need by different institutions and different governments to implement different forms of cash that cannot be corrupted, that cannot be used against the citizens, and can still be used anonymously just like the dollar today. We have seen the XX network already making strides in creating some of these products. And the fact that they are doing this in a quantum resistant way and in a way that is completely private so bad actors can't track down what you're doing is absolutely revolutionary. Now, the last thing I want to say in terms of the credibility of the project is that the founder, David Chaum, is actually one of the OGs of crypto. He created eCash in the early days. He's one of the most respected people in the entire cryptocurrency industry. I'm not going to do a deep dive on him in this video, but I highly suggest you listen to him talk. The dude is a genius. He's a great listen. This isn't some small anonymous project that's putting out a bunch of hype, right? This is a real project working with real institutions, building a real application for cryptocurrencies, and that's why I'm so excited about it. Now, I've wanted to get into this project for a while now, but because of where it's listed, it's hard for me to actually get access to it in the United States. And that's why I was so excited to see that they're actually issuing the XX token on the XRP ledger, because then I can just use the XRP ledger DEX to purchase the XX token, and I get around the massive exchange issue, and I'm also able to get an allocation to a project that I'm highly interested in. Now, personally, I did this on XP Markets, and it's so important to understand what you're doing in terms of how to use a decentralized exchange before you go messing around with this. This is not a video on how to do that. There are plenty of tutorials all over the internet, but I will put a link in the description of this video to actually get to this page where you can trade the XX token on XP Markets. Now, guys, like I said earlier, this is a one-way bridge, which means that if you have the XX token on the XRP ledger, which is actually the XXC token, that's just its representation on the XRP ledger, it's a derivative, blah, 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 you can't go to the actual XX token. It's its own network. Now, there will be a two-way bridge eventually created, but because there's not a two-way bridge right now, the token on the XRP ledger is actually trading at a discount to the actual token. Now, some of you might see this as a big risk. Some of you might see this as an opportunity to get cheap XX tokens before the two-way bridge is completed, and essentially the tokens can repeg to the actual price on the native chain. I won't give you any advice around that. I'm just throwing it out there. But if instead you don't want to take the risk of buying this XRP ledger representation of the XX token, you can just go buy the actual XX token on a lot of different exchanges. Go to CoinMarketCap, type in XX. It will give you all the different places you can buy the native token. But me personally, I bought the derivative on the XRP ledger because I like XRP ledger projects. I like that it's there, and I like getting a discount on my tokens. I thought this was a cool opportunity. So guys, that's a breakdown of the XX token. Hopefully it wasn't too complex. Hopefully it wasn't too over the top. I wanted to give you a high level of why I like the project, how I'm purchasing it, and the tie back to the XRP ledger, because I know most of you are XRP ledger focused. So let's move on and finish off the video and talk about the things that I know I talked about in the intro of the video. I probably went a little bit over time on the XX token stuff, but anyway, hopefully you guys found that interesting. I think it's a cool project. I want to talk about a massive announcement out of Ripple real quick, and then really quickly dive into the charts. So what we found out earlier today is that Ripple has actually created a partnership with BCB Crypto to essentially move its custody operations all over to Metaco. Now, if you guys know, Metaco is now completely Ripple owned. So who is this BCB Crypto? You've probably never heard of it. Well, it just so happens BCB Crypto is the major trading custodian for Gemini and Kraken, which means two of the most major cryptocurrency exchanges in the United States are now using Ripple for custody. Guys, what we're seeing is Ripple is turning into the most important infrastructure player for the next generation financial system. They are taking control of custody. They are building the TradFi products that are going to link the traditional systems to the cryptocurrency system. They're building a stable coin. Ripple is releasing game-changing product after game-changing product, and most of the market is sleeping on this. Guys, the rest of the market is still focused on the next big meme coin. The rest of the market is still focused on chains that can't scale. Meanwhile, Ripple is working with the largest institutions in the world to create an infrastructure cryptocurrency platform that is going to dominate the next generation financial system. Guys, I thought this was absolutely amazing. We knew Ripple took a big step into custody, but we were yet to see any major partners using the network. This just shows Ripple's new custody platform is the real deal, landing two of the largest exchanges in the United States. Is absolutely incredible. And guys, I am just so excited to see what other partners Ripple lands in the future. There is no doubt in my mind Ripple is becoming a cryptocurrency behemoth, and this is a huge step in that direction. Now guys, I want to finish this video off and just quickly talk about the charts, because as we can see, XRP has actually nicely moved its way back up to this top resistance line. It put a little bit of pressure on it earlier today, kind of sold back down, but what we really are looking for tomorrow is something that I believe is going to be huge for the market. Guys, the thing that has been suppressing the market for a while now has been CPI. Big institutions do not want to allocate large portions of resources into the cryptocurrency market until they know the CPI problem, or the inflation problem, is going away. tomorrow is going to be a critical date for CPI because we're going to get the readings that essentially are going to dictate whether or not the Federal Reserve is going to be cutting interest rates. If we get a low CPI number tomorrow, the Federal Reserve is going to be in a much better position to start cutting interest rates and start essentially turning back on the money printer to inject liquidity back into the market. Guys, there is no doubt in my mind this is going to flow into the cryptocurrency market, and it's going to take a massive weight that has been holding this market down off its shoulders. Now, guys, is that going to be the thing to help XRP break out of this symmetrical triangle? Honestly, probably not, but it could still play a massive role in helping XRP to eventually make this breakout. Guys, if we get a good CPI report tomorrow, there's no doubt in my mind XRP could work back to the top of this resistance range, and then from there, it's like a powder keg ready to blow. We are waiting for one big announcement. We're waiting for one thing to catch the market off guard to tell XRP it is time to rip. Guys, when XRP breaks out of this, things are going to get extremely parabolic. We're just waiting for that moment. We're waiting for that catalyst. CPI tomorrow is going to be critical in making sure when that catalyst comes, XRP is ready to go. Guys, I'm going to be watching tomorrow like a hawk, hoping we get evidence that the Federal Reserve is going to be able to cut rates at the end of the year. If we get that, guys, this bull market is in full effect, and we know what XRP likes to do in bull markets, move fast and parabolic. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.